Hello everyone, I am Betz Golden and welcome to the Gel Press channel. I am super excited to be here today because we're going to make a really fun card. We're going to use the new gel printing plate. This is part of the wellness program that we have going on, and it is the ribbon. So we are going to do this in honor of breast cancer awareness. Just kind of make a card just to remind you to go get your mammogram done. And if you are watching this and you have a woman in your life that you love or you know, make sure that you use this as a reminder to tell them to go get that checked, because that's super important. All right, so what we're going to need to do first is we need to make a press. We need to do a pull. And so I'm going to be using some Nina White 110-pound cardstock for this, and I am going to need about 2 other sheets of paper, but for the first part I only need for the pressing part, I should say, on this 8x10 plate, I only need that piece of paper. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to just put out some of this carnation. This is the Dina Wakley acrylic paint in carnation. It's really pretty pink. And then we're going to go in with just some of our golden slow drying acrylic and add some stuff in with that too. But I just wanted to kind of get this layered out first. So for this, I'm going to be using the Magneta. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on there. And then I'm also going to be going right next to it with the titanium white. So I'm going to pop that on right over like so. And then I'm going to just do a couple extra dots of the white as well. All right, and then from here, I want to go ahead and just brayer that out, getting that all nice and mixed in there. Oh, that's a pretty color combo. And I just want to take and put on a little bit more white. Bring it that way, this way. Then I'm going to put just a tad bit of pink, the carnation again, like so. Then we will just pop on just this one, and then we will go ahead and start to do our layering. All right. So first thing I want to do is I just want to take some bubble wrap and pop that down like so. And hit it down here, there, right there. And then I want to take this one, the little bubble wrap, and do the same type deal here. And then I'm going to take and do my pull. So I'm taking that white cardstock and I'm just popping it right on, smoothing it out like so. And then I'm going to just brayer over that as well. I like to brayer over the top simply because it will allow me to kind of clean the brayer off a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and just do this pull. Like so. And that is going to be our base for our brassiere on our card. But I want to go ahead and do some stuff with my ribbon as well. So I really like what this looks like. So I'm just going to take some white, actually I'm going to take some of this this dark, beautiful pink and this white again. And I'm just going to brayer it out on this like so. And I'm just going for a mix at this point. Just going for a nice mix on this. And then I'm going to pick up that mix over here, a little bit off screen on my ribbon. And I'm just going to take and stamp out my ribbon over on this piece of white copy paper. And I'm gonna just put some images in here too, I think. Might have to add a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just gonna do this, and this actually will leave an imprint in this as well as covering my stamp. So I'm gonna do another one like so. So I'm gonna do another pull here, and we can use this pull at a later time. Right now, my whole intention on doing this is just to get a fun type texture on this ribbon and do a stamp out, and we'll decide which one we want. All right, so that was kind of fun. And then let me go ahead and just take this again, and I'm going to pop it down here. So now I have two ribbons. How fun is that? Some of the paint did get here, so that's easy enough. I can cut around that if I need to, if I decide to use that ribbon. And then I'm gonna set that aside to dry. And the reason I have to be careful with letting these dry is because they are, it's a slow dry, you know? The Dina Wakley paint is a regular acrylic, so it won't dry nearly as slow as the open acrylics will. But since I mixed it, it needs some time. But once it's dry, it is dry, and it is on there good. All right, let's see what we get from here. So that is a super fun print that we can use at a later time. I'm not going to use it for this particular project. Like I said, I just wanted to get a nice paint coverage on the ribbon for the project we're using now. But that's just a way that you can add in some shape and dimension and texture, is to use other gel plates, little ones, on top of the one that you're using with different shapes. The petites would also work for this as well. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry, clear off my space, and then we will go ahead and make our card. This is dried and is ready, and the ribbon I just trimmed out, so this will be used on the card as well. All right, what you're gonna do, this is so easy. This, you're just gonna love it. I'm going to place this piece of paper over here to cover up that spot right there because of the overhead light. Now you're going to take and you're going to put both pieces of paper together because you do need them to be pretty much the same shape and size. Then you're going to fold it, okay? So you have the paper all together. You're going to want to take a good pair of scissors and you're going to cut out a heart. But when you do this, you want to try to utilize as much of your paper, your print as possible. So I'm just going on down and just cutting a big, huge heart. So you're going to be left with 2 hearts like so. All right. From here, you're going to set this bottom piece aside for just a minute. And we're actually going to flip this upside down, and we're going to take and just create some bosoms, like a bra, okay? And so if you take it down too far, it's just too much, and it's just too much. So I like to stop at about that spot. Now, this section right here, we're actually going to take and do the same fold because we're going to color in, we're going to connect these two together. So for this, I'm going to take it like this, and I'm going to fold it over right on top of this piece. And you'll see why in just a moment. Now, if you're not loving the shape of your bra, you can go back in and kind of clean it up a little bit, which I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and just kind of shape it up a little bit, just a little bit. All right, so I cleaned it up a little bit. I had just some edges that were a little bit too harsh for what we're doing. So what you're going to do from here is this actually is going to be folded back like so and eventually attached to this. And this one is going to fold down and create like the neckline. But we need to color this in to make it look like it is skin tone. And so I'm going to just use my alcohol markers for that. I have one of these great tri-blends by Spectrum Nora. I'm going to use this. So I'm going to set this one aside. I'm actually going to put this out like so because I need this one to be colored. So I'm going to take this right here, and I'm first going to go over all of this just with the light color first. And I'd like to encourage you guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, if you will consider doing so. Also, if you have any questions or comments, can you leave them down below? Feel free to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. And then also share it. We love it if you guys will share. These are super, super squeaky. And I had to go ahead and go into a different marker because this one looks like it's dried up on this light end. So I'm going to lay this first layer down and then come back and show you how I'm going to layer the next. I ended up using this marker, which is an alcohol marker. They all work together just fine, so it's okay. But my other ones are a little bit dried up, so I used this one. And then for this, I want to go in with my mid-tone, and I am going to just add in some shadowing, and it's super easy to do. You just have to, I like to just draw, and I'm going in with my mid-tone right now, and then I'm going to go in with my darker color and do some more shadowing, and then I'll show you how you blend it out, because right now you might be thinking, that doesn't look like that's so blended. But there is a method, I promise. There is a way to do this to make it blend out really nicely, but it's important that you just layer on your other shades first. And then I'm just going to kind of go up in the center like so. And just like so. All right, and then we're going to add in our light, our dark tone, and this is just to, again, we're just going to give some shadowing. and then I'll show you the trick. All right, so I'm done with that. Now I'm going to go back to that light color again, and we're actually going to blend it out with this. And this is what blends. I know that a lot of alcohol markers have a blender tool. Yeah, those don't work nearly as well as just going over your light shade with your light shade on your dark again. And I'm not doing like a real, you know, bang up job here. All right, just doing enough to get it all blended through, and you just keep going over until you get it blended in to your liking. Those, just my personal opinion, the colorless blenders that are out, I think that those should be called erasers, because those actually erase colors, whereas this actually blends the color in, and it just really, really softens those lines. All right, so now we're ready to start to assemble our card. And to do this, like I said, this is going to be, we're going to line this up, and this is going to actually go right here. And then this is going to go over the top like so. And so we're going to have, it's going to look like some cleavage. So I'm first going to take and do my adhesive on the neckline onto the bra. But before I do, I want to take and just kind of round that a little bit. That V-neck to me kind of screams a little bit. I want this to be classy, not bougie. So we're just gonna take this and just I just want to round out this right here. And if you have a paper, like a corner rounder, this would be perfect for this. All right, so I rounded the corner, and now I'm just going to take my liquid adhesive, and I like liquid for this kind of thing because I can kind of smoosh it around. Get a really nice covering there. Take and just line up those creases, then voila. And then on this side, go ahead, flip it over, do the same thing here. So you're making a complete card. Voila. And then let's finish decorating the front. So I'm going to add on some lace and some pearls. So I'm first going to do the lace like so. And then I have these pearls that I'll put on over it. And now with the lace on, it's starting to look more like a pretty bra or pretty neckline. And we're gonna go ahead and just lay down some of these pearls along the edge of this, like so. And then we might put a diamond necklace on her too, because you know, she's fancy and classy. Or just fancy. You can be classy and not wear a diamond necklace. So you know what I mean, right? Got our pearls on. And before I go any further, I do want to go ahead and ink the edges on this. It just is kind of screaming that to me. So I'm going to just use some dye ink. This is Simon Hurley Prom Queen. And I'm just going to go around the edges with this pink and just add on a little bit of this. And then we'll go ahead and I think I'm going to put, I do think I'm going to put a quote unquote diamond necklace on her. Really, it's just gems that I have. Okay, so she is coming along, right? And the ribbon, I actually want to put the ribbon right about there on some pop dots, but I want to finish off everything first, and then I'm going to put the ribbon there, and then she'll be ready for the sentiment on the inside. But I love these Nuvo crystal gems. They are just beautiful. And then I also have like these hearts. I was thinking about doing like the Nuvo crystal gems and then like the heart as a dangly, but that might just be too much and that might look too Valentine's Day-y. And I really want this to look more, you know, for the October breast cancer awareness. And I like the placement of the crystals on that, but the only thing is you can really kind of see through to the skin. And so I want to just take and do a dollop of some color underneath of it to look like it's on a chain. And also it'll help me place them correctly. So what I'm going to do is I have this artist pin, and I'm just going to pop it right where I want these to go. So I'm just going to move them off a little bit. And then I can go ahead with my glue and just pop them kind of right on there, and it will look a little bit more defined like a necklace, I think. I say that and then it's like, you know what, I'm gonna just pop in a little bit more color here too. So I'm just going to take this on up. Just put that on in like so. And again, I can kind of slide it. The glue that I use, it's glitter glue. It does dry clear. So you'll be able to see that line underneath of it. And I think it gives it just enough definition so you can definitely see that it's supposed to be a necklace. All right, so let's see here. There we go. All right, that's my bird in the background. You guys have a cockatiel. So far, this is what we have. Now I want to go ahead and add on my ribbon. And for the ribbon, I'm going to use some pop dots on it, just to make it stand out a little bit. And also this is kind of bumpy, so I don't want the ribbon to buckle. And I'm just going to pull out my pop dots. I have these. Now this looks like it's trash. I know, but I use everything on my pop dots. I mean, you pay for it, why not use it? So I'm just gonna take and cut that off, because I don't really care what the shape is underneath of the ribbon. It really does not matter. And I'm just going to cut it down into two, and then go ahead and place this here on the bottom. And then I'll do my placement for the top perhaps after I get it laid down, just because I don't quite know where it's going to hit that neckline. So I'm just going to take this down, and we will place this over here like so. And so I can just safely put this last pop dot right on up here. Then voila, that is my breast cancer awareness card. And I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but the proceeds for this ribbon are going to go to wellness organizations. So definitely check that out on our website. Go check out our store if you're interested in any of the supplies I used today as far as gel press goes. I used, again, the 8x10 and also the new ribbon that we have out. And yeah, make sure you check out the blog for some more inspiration, and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. I know I mentioned that before. All right, you guys, until next time, I'm Betz Golden. Happy crafting.